Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Tank be chopping, and we back with another haircut tutorial. Alright guys, what we're gonna be doing on this cut is shear work on top. We're gonna be doing a low fade, line up the beard, add some enhancements, you know what I'm saying? The whole nine, getting my man to look good so he can leave the shop feeling like $1,000,000. So I'm gonna start off this haircut by saturating the top of my client's head, as you can see, and I'm gonna go ahead and set in my initial line that I'm gonna be using as a guideline coming forward, like a mohawk type section. And as y'all can see, I'm bringing up a little bit of hair and just trimming the ends. I'm trimming about a quarter of an inch or so, maybe even less. But that is my guideline coming all the way forward, and I'm gonna use this guideline as I'm coming in the opposite way, setting my sections in the opposite way, still going back. But as you can see, anything longer than my initial guideline, I'm making sure that I cut off. And then we're just gonna follow that guideline over all the way to the right. And then once I get all that down to that length, I'm gonna do the same thing on the left side of my client's head. So as y'all can see, every section of hair that I pull up that has anything longer than that original guideline, I'm making sure to clip off. And now that's gonna make for a traveling guideline. So as you can see, as I'm combing up more hair, you see some hair sticking out more than others. So that's the hair that I wanna make sure that I cut off. And we're just doing this all through the top of my client's head, guys, making sure all of that is down to that length, all trimmed down nice and even. And now I'm just doing a little bit of cross-checking, making sure everything is down to that length. Now I'm gonna take my Snap FX from Blurriest Pro. I got my number 4 guard on my clipper, and what I'm doing here, guys, is this is what I like to call my debulking phase. So I'm going in with my number 4 guard lever closed, blending into the shear work. And as you can see, I am setting in the shape that I want to create, which means I'm dropping it down in the back. Since we are doing a low fade, I want to have that shape where it is dropped down in the back. So I'm making sure that I use that number 4 guard to debulk. However, I'm still blending into the shear work that I previously did. Now I'm coming right below that with my number 3 guard, and this is still part of my debulking phase, guys. It's not really blending. I'm just debulking the hair, making it, you know, giving me a clean canvas, making it easier for me to start my fade work. And now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and take my clippers. This is my Stylecraft Instinct lever all the way closed, and I'm setting in my first initial bald guideline. And as you can see, where I started, I came slightly above the ear and then dropped it down below the occipital bone in the back. And then I'm just making sure that the left side matches the right side. So I'm connecting these two sides, giving that same shape that I originally created while I was debulking. Now I'm taking my trimmers and I'm taking off all this hair at the bottom of my client's head, coming right below that initial bald guideline, using a slight flick out motion. That way it makes it easier for me to blend down to my shaver, and I don't have to do a lot of work towards the bottom of this blend. And this is the Stylecraft Flexed, in case y'all are interested. Now I'm taking my Blurriest UV single foil shaver, and I'm coming right below that, trying to get this all down to that shaver length, nice and bald, just so it can last my client a little longer. And also I think that it leaves a better finished look. So you don't have to do razor work on all your clients, but I like to do it on the majority of my clients, because once again, guys, I feel that it gives a better finished look and it lasts my clients a little longer, and I think it looks better. So we're just coming right below what we did with that trimmer, using a slight flick out motion. Alright, so now we're gonna start some actual fade work. I'm going in with my Instincts lever all the way open, coming up about ½ an inch or so, working my way all the way around the head, following that same shape that I created, using a slight flick out motion, not really overdoing it, but I am using a slight flick out motion towards the top of where I want this section to be. And then we're just gonna connect both sides. And now that that section is in there, I'm gonna go with my 1 guard lever all the way open, create another section coming up about ½ an inch or so. And I'm gonna, once again, guys, follow that same shape that I created. I wanna follow this same shape because that's what's gonna give me the finished look that I'm looking for. Remember, guys, we are doing a low fade, so I gotta make sure I drop it down in the back and keep it nice and low. I did speed this part up. Excuse me, I can't speak right now. I did speed this part of the video up a little bit just because I didn't want this video to be too long, but I'm just connecting the left side to the right side with that number 1 lever open. And now I'm going in with my 2 guard lever open, kind of setting in another section, but not really. As y'all can see, I'm using a flick out motion, and this 2 guard lever open is basically blending into that debulking phase that I did earlier. As y'all remember, I did a 4 and then a 3. So my 2 guard open is gonna blend pretty good into that number 3 guard that I did previously. And once again, I'm making sure that I follow that same shape, guys. I can't stress that enough. That's how we keep the fade low in the back and a little higher, you know, towards the front of this blend. But now I'm going in with my 2 guard lever closed, and I'm just attacking the top of this blend a little bit where I saw some discrepancies, a little bit of dark areas. I wanted to clean that up with my 2 guard closed. Now I'm taking my 1 guard all the way closed, and I'm cleaning up that section towards the bottom of this blend. And as y'all can see, I'm just tapping at that section, just trying to clean up that line, not really trying to raise the line, just trying to clean it up with my 1 guard lever closed. And then I'm gonna adjust my lever open and try to blend this into what I did previously with my 2 guard. Now this may or may not get this completely blended out, but that's perfectly fine, guys. I can go back in with my 1.5 guard as y'all see me doing here. This is my 1.5 guard lever closed. And this should basically blend my 1 guard section into my 2 guard section. And if I need to, I will adjust my lever, or as y'all see me here doing, what I'm doing is a little bit of corner blending, and that's kind of like adjusting your lever, giving the clipper a little longer range. So as y'all saw me show the camera, I am using a 0 guard. This is not the traditional 0 guard that I normally use. This is from King Clipper Mods, but it's basically like an Andis universal guard. So I'm going in with that 0 guard halfway open first, attacking these dark spots in this blend, and then I'm just gonna adjust my lever as needed to get this bottom part of the blend to come nice and faded, and just get all these dark spots and these discrepancies out. And once again, guys, if I have to adjust my lever closed or open, I will be doing that in this part of the haircut. And not every haircut is gonna be the exact same steps, guys. Sometimes you're gonna have to do a little more detail work, and sometimes you're gonna have to adjust your lever a little more. Sometimes you're gonna have to use the corners a little more. It just really depends on the hair texture and what the hair is doing. So now that that part of the blend is over with, or not over with, but now that I'm done with that part of the blend, I'm going in with my clipper halfway open, and I'm starting to attack this bottom line. As you can see, it's coming out a little bit. I am gonna adjust my lever closed as needed, once again, just to make sure that this blend starts to come together at the bottom section of the blend. And as y'all can see here, I'm just adjusting my lever as needed, trying to get these dark spots and these discrepancies to become completely erased. That way we have a nice buttery blend. And as y'all can see, this blend is coming together. We're not 100% there yet, but we're working towards that. So now I reverted back to my 1.5 guard, and I'm gonna do a little bit more detail work with my 1.5 guard, and I'm just gonna adjust my lever as needed. I believe my guard is all the way open right here, and I'm just gonna adjust it as needed to get these dark spots away that I see in this part of the blend. But as y'all can see, like I said earlier, guys, the blend is coming together. It's not 100% there yet, but once we do this detail work, it's gonna look even better. So now I'm going in with my 1 guard, lever open. Once again, guys, adjusting my lever as needed, just doing what I feel is needed to get this blend to come together. And as you can see, I am using the corner of my clipper just to really, be a little more precise with what I'm doing. So now I decided to go back in with my 4 guard just because there were some spots at the top of this blend that I wanted to attack. And now here's my 3 guard. And sometimes you got to go through all your guards again, guys. I know some people don't like to hear that, but sometimes I do that just to make sure that the blend is coming together nicely. Here's my 2 guard. Once again, gonna adjust my lever as needed. And like I was saying, man, sometimes you're gonna have to use all your guards. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. It just depends on the hair texture, the style of fade that you're doing, and the way the hair is blending. So the blend isn't 100% there yet. I wanted to do a little bit more detail work towards the bottom of this blend. So I went in with my clipper, adjusting my lever as needed, and now I'm using my trimmer to get that bottom line completely erased. And once again, guys, if you are interested, I did use the Stylecraft Flex and the Stylecraft Instinct on that part of the blend. So you can go to stylecraftus.com. Use my discount code TANK10, save yourself a little bit of money if you're interested in these tools. But as y'all can see, now I'm moving on to the lineup. Started off in the middle of my client's head, and I'm just working my way over to this part of the blend. And once I get to that vertical bar, I'm gonna attack this vertical bar. And as y'all can see, I'm trying to preserve some of his lineup. I pushed it back slightly last time I cut his hair, and I wanted to bring that back. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't go as far back this time when I was lining him up. Now we're working that C cup. And to be completely honest with y'all guys, sometimes the C cups give me a hard time. So I take my time. I just take off a little bit of hair at a time, you know, just tap and go, tap and go, tap and go. And then I take a step back and I look to see what, you know, how the C cup looks. But now we're moving on to the beard work. We want to keep the beard basically where it's at. So I just tapped a little bit, lining up that mustache. Like I said earlier, guys, we're giving him a beard trim. Got to line up that mustache, make sure that it looks nice and crisp. Now we're hitting the top of the mustache. And this is just the way I like to do it. You don't have to do it this way. I just like to make one whole side of the haircut look finished before I move on. And as y'all can see here, I'm just lining him up underneath the chin area. Clean all that up. And he wanted a 4 on the beard, so I'm hitting it with my number 4 guard. Getting it all down to that length. And then we're gonna blend in the sideburns to the beard. Correction, before we do that, I'm doing a little bit of detail work with my clipper, no guard, just adjusting my lever as needed. And now I'm gonna blend the beard in with my clipper all the way open. And then I'm gonna adjust my lever closed little by little the more I move up. And then I'm gonna go on my 1 guard all the way open. And this, I know this doesn't normally blend into the beard, but in this scenario it did. So I didn't really want to mess with it too much more after that. I just went back and started detailing my client's hair a little more. And I did speed this part up on the video because I felt that I already went through all my steps, and when it comes to detailing, I just use whatever guards I feel necessary. Sometimes just the half guard, sometimes the 1, sometimes just my clipper open. I really don't have a set, you know, a set system when it comes to detailing. I just use whatever guards I feel is necessary, and a lot of times it's my smaller guards. But now that side of the haircut is done, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the opposite side of the haircut. So we're doing the same thing here, guys. I did debulk with my 4, my 3, and I set in some of my guidelines. So that was my 2 guard, trying to get that blend to come together. Now here's my 1 guard lever closed, working the bottom of this section. And I believe this section gave me a little bit, not this section, but this side of the haircut gave me a little bit more trouble than the right side. So that was my 1 guard. Here's my 0 guard. Clipper halfway open, and then just adjusting my lever as needed to try to get this blend to look nice and buttery. And y'all will see me going over the same spots of the haircut a lot, and that happens sometimes. Sometimes there's darker spots that don't want to come out, that you got to play with different guards, different, you know, different clipper levels. So do what you got to do to get that blend to come out, and sometimes just take a step back. You know what I'm saying? Don't focus too much on that part of the blend. Look in the mirror, you know, relax your eyes, move on to another part of the blend, and then come back and look at it, because sometimes that'll help you actually see the blend a little better. But same thing with this side of the cut, guys. I had to adjust my lever or adjust my clippers from the 1 to the 1.5 a lot. So that's what I was basically doing there. And now I'm taking out the bottom of this section, the bottom line in this section with my clipper halfway open, and then adjusting my lever closed as needed. Going in with my 0 guard, doing some detail work. Here's my 1 guard, doing some more detail work, trying to get this blend to look right. And then once again, reverting back to my half guard and my no guard. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this side of the lineup. So I'm starting off in the middle where I started off on the opposite side, but this time I'm just working my way over to this side of the haircut, hitting that vertical bar, making sure that everything is nice and crisp. Now I'm gonna hit that C cup. And for whatever reason, guys, this side of the head is always easier for me to line up. I guess it's the way I hold my clippers. But as y'all can see, this side of the beard lineup, the C cup, the edge up, it's just coming together a little quicker, a little easier. And that's just maybe, like I said, it's because the way I hold my clippers or whatnot. But sometimes you're gonna take a little longer on one side than the other. That's perfectly fine. Do what you gotta do to get that blend to look right. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta take your time, take your time. If one side comes together a little quicker than the other, that's perfectly fine. Just go through your steps, go through your process, trust the process. And remember, guys, detailing is key when it comes to any blend. Go through your steps first, and then whatever you feel is necessary that you need to detail, then move on to detailing and start to detail that blend. All right, so you know we got to hit that line with this trimmer, get that part nice and sharp. And once that is in there, I'm gonna put a little bit of product in my client's head. So y'all saw me just saturate his hair, and I am putting some gel in there. This is the Faded Culture gel they gave me at a barber expo a while back, so I've been using it. Really like their hair gel, man. Like, it smells good and it works good. As y'all can see, it leaves a nice, wet finish. So as y'all can see, that's that. Now I'm going in with that Temptation by Kiss. And what I'm doing is I'm just adding these enhancements to my client's hairline, making sure that these lines pop, making sure that we taking this haircut to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I'm always about taking my haircuts to the next level, and that's what I'm doing here, guys. But once again, when it comes to enhancements, you don't want to put too much. You don't want to create lines that aren't there. You want to put just enough where it looks sharp, but not too much to where it looks fake. But as y'all can see, this haircut's coming together. Beard's coming together, lineup coming together, and then I decided to put some hair topics, some hair fibers by Tomb 45. Once again, guys, if y'all do want to buy anything from Tomb 45, you can use my discount code TANK at tomb45.com. Just wanted to throw that out there. But as you can see, I put the hair fibers in there, hit them up with some hairspray, and now I'm moving on to my razor work. And when it comes to using razor work, guys, you want to make sure that you stretch that skin. That way you lessen the chance of nicking your client. Not saying that you won't nick them, because sometimes you still will, but it does lessen the chance, and it makes it a lot easier to shave that hair and make these lines look super sharp. But check that out, man. This beard's coming together. You know what I'm saying? Like, this cut is coming together, man. Like, we almost done. As y'all can see, I think I got my boy looking right. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. If y'all rock with this cut or not. I'm rocking with it, man. I think I got my man looking right.
Damn it, Tito. Another one?
We want to make sure we hit up the mustache area and in the chin a little bit. Get those lines nice and sharp. Gotta hit that part, you know what I'm saying? We gotta hit that part with the razor just to make sure that it's as sharp as can be. Check that out, man. We working in here, man. It's coming together, as y'all can see. But check it out, man. This is how my boy Alex came into the shop looking. This is the before look. It had been about 2 weeks since the last time I had seen him. So I said, man, let me get you right, man. Let me get you right. But check it out, man. This is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut down in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure and subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and you want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tankbechopping.com. You can book there. Once again, if you want me to record it for YouTube, make sure to put that in the comment section. Any Babyliss tools you want to purchase, you can go to babylesspro.com. Use my discount code TANK10. Any Stylecraft tools you want to purchase, stylecraftus.com, discount code TANK10. Anything off Tomb 45, you can use my discount code TANK at tomb45.com. But that's basically it, YouTube. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go.